Hi everyone! In this video, we're going to discuss some very simple and easy ways to get silky smooth bokeh or bokeh every single time in your photographs and videos. For those that don't know, bokeh is a word of Japanese descent that is used to describe the quality of the out of focus areas of a photographic image. It's simply the effect of a blurred out background with the subject in focus that we all love and usually see in film, movies, TV shows, and professional photographs. Now technically it is incorrect to call the out of focus areas in video bokeh, but since we use the same lenses and cameras that we use in photography to shoot video as well these days, we kinda just do it anyway. One thing you most likely know about bokeh is how it's directly related to your aperture, and that is fully correct. You always get more blurring of the background with a wider aperture. However, the effect is not only dependent on aperture alone. There are other major contributing factors like sensor size and focal length. These are just a few tricks that can help you achieve silky smooth bokeh every single time. In general, a larger sensor plus a wider aperture plus a longer focal length or smaller angle view give us the most bokeh for any given scenario. So, to prove that you can get bokeh even from a kit lens, a smaller sensor, and without any expensive lenses or DSLR cameras, I'll be using a Sony RX100 Mark IV for all the demonstrations. This camera has an aperture range of f1.8 to 2.8 through equivalent focal lengths of 24 to 70 millimeters coupled with a 1-inch sensor. So here are the 4 things to always look out for. Number 1. You want your camera zoomed in all the way to its longest focal length. Number 2. You want your aperture opened up as wide as it'll go at that focal point. Number 3. You want to make sure you're as close to your subject as you can get while maintaining framing and focus. Number 4. You want to make sure the background you want blurred out is as far away as possible from your subject. In my case, my camera will be set at 70 millimeters with an aperture of f2.8 because that's as wide as it can get for that given focal length. Here's picture 1. I obeyed the 4 rules I just mentioned when shooting this, and as you can see, we're getting some pretty good looking bokeh. What I'm going to do now is show you pictures where I didn't obey the 4 rules one by one so we can see exactly what kind of results we get. So in this photo, we're at our shortest focal length of 24 millimeters. Aperture is at f1.8 because that's as wide as it'll go for that focal length, and the other 2 rules are obeyed. In the third photo, the aperture rule is disobeyed and I shot this at f8. The other 3 rules are obeyed and the results speak for themselves. In the fourth photo, rule number 3 is disobeyed and I shot this far from the subject with the other 3 rules being obeyed. Finally, in the fifth photo, rule number 4 is disobeyed while the other 3 rules are respected. I shot this with a background that was very close to the subject. If we now compare the bokeh in each of the photos with the very first photo where all 4 rules were obeyed, you can see that the best way to get the silkiest bokeh is by simply making sure you obey all 4 rules whenever you're getting your shot. The second photo did come out with some really decent bokeh, though it's hard to imagine a situation where you'd want such a wide angle shot as the subject will look huge amongst the surroundings. And even if that be the case, the bokeh in the first shot just edges the second one. It's much smoother. So to recap, these are the 4 ingredients of good bokeh. Number 1, you want your camera zoomed in all the way to its longest focal length. Number 2, you want your aperture opened up as wide as it'll go at that focal length. Number 3, you want to make sure you're as close to your subject as you can get while maintaining framing and focus. And lastly, number 4, you want to make sure the background you want blurred out is as far away as possible from your subject. Thanks for watching, and I hope that this video was useful to you. Please leave a like or a comment and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. Catch you folks in the next one.